Fragmented, inefficient and ineffective. That's the verdict on the country's flood risk management by the Commons Environment Committee. It's urging radical changes to prevent a repeat of last winter, of course, when floods damaged thousands of homes in this part of the world.
Yeah, in Cumbria and Lancashire alone, 1,200 families are still in temporary accommodation. So does the flood risk system need to change? Peter Marshall reports.
Over Christmas and New Year, storms Desmond, Ava and Frank wreaked havoc across the northwest. Homes, town centres, countryside, all submerged. Time, according to the influential Environment, Food and Rural Affairs Committee, for radical change to tackle the threat of climate change.
We went to Holland and we actually saw what they were doing, and they have a sort of a floods commissioner at the top. They have these regional boards that then actually work with local authorities, local residents, local landowners in order to deliver a more structured flood resilience plan.
It wants the Environment Agency stripped of its flood management responsibility. A new National Floods Commissioner to coordinate all flood-related policy. And it wants wider use of natural flood prevention measures, like storing floodwater on farmland, reasoning that flooded fields cost less to tackle than flooded towns. Kevin Freer has a home within feet of the River Lune at Halton near Lancaster. There are over 40 homes here, all powered by this hydro plant. Storm Desmond put it out of action for 2 months. So would Kevin welcome proposed changes in flood planning?
What makes perfect sense is the idea of working with nature rather than against it, holding the water further up the valley, so compensating farmers for flooding their land, planting trees. All of those things will help to hold the water, release it more slowly and stop the devastation further downstream.
In Salford, a second flood basin is under construction to protect homes, a plan promoted by the Environment Agency, which has supporters.
Instead of trying to create new bureaucracies, I think the way forward is to make sure that we continue with that culture of collaboration, get everyone working together and focus on what's really important, which is about defending people from floods.
The government says it sees no need for organisational changes and that it's implementing many of the suggestions in the report. It also says it's spending £2.5 billion improving flood defences to protect an additional 300,000 homes by 2021. Peter Marshall, BBC North West Tonight, Halton.
Now, later this week, a massive new car